to be clear, Mac and I are not wearing our masks because we are roommates and we live together. So if one of us has COVID, we would have to quarantine together. So we're currently in my room. His is just next door. We're in the same suite.
Yep.
So that's the only reason we're not wearing masks.
Hello students, how are you doing today? My name is Mac and this is Pat. We'll be your teachers for today. Today we're going to start off a new unit that will focus on muscular strength and endurance. Before we start, would anyone want to define what muscular strength is and what activities are involved in it? To define both, muscular strength is the ability to exert a maximal amount of force for a short period of time. So an example of that would be like in a weight room, lifting a heavy barbell that would require strength. Muscular endurance is the ability to do something over and over again for a long period of time without getting tired. Skiing is a sport that uses this, like when you're going down the slope, just going down the hill for a long period of time, you need endurance. Today we'll be focusing on many muscular and strength activities that include running, push-ups, sit-ups, and more. After our warm-up, we will go over some basic cues for some of the exercises. When we say go, all these students will get up and we'll start our warm-up. Go.
All right, so now we're gonna go right into our warm-up. So first, what we're gonna do is we are going to do walking Frankensteins. So what we're gonna focus on is kicking our leg as high as possible, putting our arm out in front, and not kicking anyone else. So I want all of you guys in the baseline, and you're gonna walk to the other baseline. Make sense? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kick and walk at the same time. Opposite arms. So, right leg, left arm, and opposite. And then, once you get down there, on the way back, we are going to do some walking lunges. So you guys know what these look like? Down on one knee with one step. And I don't have enough room, I don't have enough space in my dorm room. And we're gonna do that. So, do that on the way back. Now that you guys are back here, and make sure you guys are alternating your legs. That's the biggest thing, so then you don't awkwardly, unevenly stretch this leg compared to this leg, because that's how injuries can happen. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do some arm circles. So you guys know what these are. You can either do them big or you can do them small. And you can go forward on the way back to the opposite side. And on the way back to this side, you can do them backwards. All right? So now we're going to do drinking birds. I know you guys haven't done these, and they're kind of the opposite of Frankenstein's. So if Frankenstein's stretch this muscle, drinking birds are going to stretch this one. So what it's going to look like is, well, first, you got to make sure that you're not going to hit anyone, because you're going to kick your leg back and up. You want to make sure there's enough space. If you guys have to stack 2 or 3 deep, you're going to need to make sure that you aren't hitting anyone. That's the biggest thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to look down and hold. All right, make sense? So make sure your back leg is up and off the ground. You're gonna feel a good stretch here. You gotta make sure that you are alternating your legs. So one time down here, take a couple steps, one time here. Do that on the way down. All right, and good job.
So when all the students here, we'll begin our first learning experience. So now we'll learn how to do a push-up. First, we'll have Pat demonstrate how to do a push-up. Well, I will explain to you guys how to do a push-up. First, you'll get on your tummy. Then you'll pretend like you're standing on your tiptoes, and as you can see up close, it looks like Pat is standing on his tippy toes. Make sure the tips of your toes and the balls of your feet are on the ground, and as you can see, he is doing that. And then you want to look at your shoulders. Imagine a straight line from your shoulders. Put your hands there under both shoulders. Then you'll push your arms as hard as you can until your elbows are extended as far as possible. So as you can see, Pat will show you this right now.
So my arms are under my shoulders, as high as I can.
So then he lowered himself down until your elbows looked like a V. So as you can see, I'll probably do it on this side. His arms do look like a V right here. So now you've just done your first push-up. So good. Now how many can you guys do? Show us.
1, 2, 3. All right, so now, Mac is gonna help me teach you guys how to do a sit-up. So a sit-up really works your core muscles. Remember how the push-up worked your arms and your pecs? Sit-up's gonna help with your core, that's your tummy, all right? So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna sit on your bottom. And you're gonna make sure your feet are flat on the floor like this. Remember how we had us on our tippy toes at first for the push-up? Not anymore. Flat on the ground just like Mac's feet are. And now you're gonna bring your knees up, not straight like a push-up. They're gonna be up and at a bend. Then what we're gonna do is you're gonna lay back on your back. And the goal is to come up and touch your knees as much as you can. So just like that. There are a couple ways to do it. You can either cross your arms like this, and then that's where you touch your knee, or you can keep them down. What we don't wanna see is we don't wanna see hands behind your head. That could end up really, really hurting you guys. It
just doesn't work.
No. So, what we're gonna teach you guys is the arms flat method. That's the one that we think works best, and it's the safest one. So, now that we've gone over knees and feet, what we wanna do is we wanna make sure that you're bringing up your entire torso from here to here at once. We don't wanna see it crumpled up. Straight, big, and strong, all right? So, straight, big, and strong at once. And you see how he's flat? His head's not down, his head's forward and straight. All right? So now I want to see how many you guys can do. Ready? Go. 2, 3.
All right, we'll bring you guys in and we'll start our third and final learning experience for today's lesson. So to end today's lesson, we're going to play a little running game. I want to make sure everyone is running, and when everyone is running, I want to make sure that you are pumping your arms and legs, and you'll keep a nice posture with your chest out and your shoulders back and relaxed. Doing this will help you run. Since there are 14 of us, there are going to be 2 taggers. This game is called Rainbow Tag. For this game, we'll choose 2 taggers, and they will be located in the middle of the gym, or if you guys are playing outside, it will be located in the middle of the game, or middle of the location where you guys are. And the rest of the students in the class will be on the baseline. The tagger's main objective is the color of any clothing that the students are wearing. So let's just say if I was a tagger and Pat was one of the other students, I would say I'd call gray, so then I would have to try to tag Pat because he's wearing gray, which he just went by me, so I missed him. So the tagger's main objective is to call out the color of clothing that the students are wearing, like I said, and they have to try to tag them. If a student is tagged, they have to join the 2 taggers, and that sequence continues until everyone is tagged. But before you become a tagger, you must do 2 push-ups or sit-ups like we explained today, and then you can become a tagger. The non-taggers have to try to be avoided by the taggers and run to the other baseline. While playing this game, I want to make sure that all you are running at all time. That is what the cardiovascular endurance is all about. All right, y'all, now that we picked the taggers, let's get started. Everyone to the baseline. We'll play this game until we blow the whistle.
Ready? Let's go. So now before we cool down, I want you all to go get a water break. You earned it, and come back when you're finished. All right, so now come back in the middle, and because class is almost over, we're gonna do some free time stretches. So I can lead some, or if you know ones that you like better, you can do those. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna do arm pulls. So pull it over, and do you see how my hand is behind my elbow? Keep it there until you feel the stretch right through here. So ready? 1, 2, 3, switch arms. 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna put our arms behind our head. So grab your elbow and just keep moving it this way until you feel the stretch. And once you feel the stretch, stop. So ready? 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. So now we're going to move to our legs. We're going to do some toe touches. So bend over, touch your toes, or as far down as you can until you feel the stretch or you can't go anymore.
Yep.
I just don't want you to overstretch and hurt yourself. So as far as you can, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to do a butterfly to stretch our groin muscles. So sit on your bottoms, touch your feet together, and pull them as close to your body as you can, keeping them in the middle. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start with our right leg straight out, and we're going to put our left leg as close to our midline of our body as possible while still touching. So if you can only get to here, perfect. If you can get all the way back here, great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our opposite, or the same arm on the leg that we have bent, and touch. If you can't touch, hold it as close as you can. So ready? 1, 2, 3, and switch legs. Same thing. Bent leg, touching arm. 1, 2, 3. And that's all I have for you guys. Really good job today, and I'm really, really happy with your effort. And thank you guys for trying through the entire class.